I should do this. Shall we? I
In
want to
game
watch
one,
this.
got passive aggressive at me for how I
Wait, is this AI voice? Wait, hold up. Can you hear that? Wait, is this real? Is this a real voice?
Scott Junn's a bit of a toxic hypocrite, so let's talk about it. I recently tweeted about some stuff that happened as a result of tunneling. As usual, survivors were upset because I wanted to win a PvP game. A PvP game that they also wanted to win. The person in game 1 got passive aggressive at me for how I played, and the person in game 2 was just
Is this AI voice? Hold on. Didn't they have a video in their clip or something?
Alright, go ahead and flash me. That's okay.
Ah.
What are we doing here?
I mean, the voice sounds the same, but that does not sound like normal speech. Unless he's just reading off a script.
Huh?
I don't know, maybe I'm...
What? Buddy, your guy's gonna die.
Yeah, looping around the person on hook.
leave.
That's... I don't know why they're doing that. Well, and they're giving up.
Does this guy not know that he's killing his friend? Yeah, there you go.
Okay, but then you go back, though, to secure the kill.
Now I kind of have no reason to ever leave.
I mean, true. It's funny how you hide your... I don't know if I'll be able to stand
It's outright
this.
insulting me. Of course, Twitter being Twitter, nobody cared about how I was treated after the game. Only that I tunneled and camped, and that I was complaining about survivor builds while running meta myself. According to them, anyway. Twitter seems to have...
Well, okay. To be fair, if somebody sees this picture, then this picture, I mean, you are making a large part of your tweet and problem the builds. Like that's what you're doing though.
a bit of a media literacy issue. They saw pretty colors and big circles, so just assumed that I was complaining about the perks and items I highlighted. The pretty circles only showed the strong stuff survivors used, because bringing strong stuff means they wanted to win. Just like me. They brought dead hards, D-strikes, and unbreakable among other things. Yet despite bringing all of that, they still got angry at me for beating them. Nobody cared that the survivors wanted to win. Nobody cared that they brought meta. And nobody cared that they were taking their feelings out on their opponent after the game. All that mattered to them was that I was a killer who brought meta and tunneled, which justified the survivors treating me however they want. Even Scott Jund himself was in on it. Yes, Scott Jund was in the thread calling me a hypocrite and saying that it's fine for salty...
Not everyone has a streamed event too. Sometimes you might be the only person that can hear it. And yeah, if I had to go against a quad slowdown, camping, tunneling, double Eerie Vecna during the killer side anniversary mode, I'd probably make fun of them too. I would. I would. Oh, dude, this person, DBD's worst content creator. Fair River Siver is kind of weird. Person just, I mean, I think they're just a drama DBD YouTuber.
Survivors to vent to their killers. The DBD community is so comfortable with treating killers poorly for just wanting to win that one of its biggest creators is comfortable.
I'm not gonna lie.
Participating in that behavior.
I thought it was AI in the beginning.
In case there's any confusion. Trauma dumping to your opponent after a game about what a bad time you had is toxic. Sorry you had a bad time, but your feelings are not my responsibility. Cut that shit out. As with most commenters, Scott completely ignored or justified the survivors' attitudes towards me because of the fact that I ran full meta and used a toxic playstyle. To his credit, he wasn't hoping for my death, but he still missed the point entirely. More than that, he actually justified the toxic behavior of survivors because
every single time, Lamau. Guess that's one way to play the game. This isn't even a crazy statement. I get worse than this. Like, I've been called slurs and I'm a white dude. Like, what is this? I'm confused. Like this, okay. So if I were to see a tweet like this on his face, and I see every single time, I'd be like, okay, this person didn't like the way this person played. And then you like circle their perks and you're like, oh, okay, like, okay, but then you're running like, I mean, perks are different than playstyle though. Like you can run really sweaty perks, but not comp drop every pallet. Complaining about people being upset in the most tame way. At least that first one. That's why, like, to me, what's more interesting is like you put in a lot of effort to do this when this comment is really tame. So I would see this initially and be like, okay, let me see the second picture. Wait, how long were these posted far apart? Like, I mean, maybe same day? I'm out tunneling and hook camping and you stream disgrace. Okay, this is a little bit more like, okay, you're making fun of him, blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with any of that? Tunneling and camping in question. If it was that, okay, yeah, the Nia clip. Well, I mean, you did kind of. I mean, obviously, like chasing a survivor around the hook is completely valid, but the difference is I don't bitch when I lose. Well, I mean, we don't know that though, right? They're literally bitching after winning. Sort of true. I mean, honestly, like almost every other person that wasn't just trying to farm engagement and content would just move on with their life. I don't know why. I don't know. Then again, like I've been so desensitized because I've been part of this community for so long. I don't do this. I don't go on and post builds and be like, oh my God, crazy. Bro circled the flashlight? No, bro, what's even fucking crazier, what I can't wrap my head around is this man didn't circle a key, but he circled a winter party starter. This bugs me. I'm going to be stuck on this. This is going to keep me up at night. I'm not going to be able to sleep because I don't get this. How are you going to... Bro, motherfucker, let's circle the map offering. During the anniversary of Brent, motherfucking Carlos is out here bringing a key map, or like a key fucking hatch offering, and no pie. And you're worried about Sprint Burst and Unbreakable and a winter party starter? Motherfucker, circle the key. Circle the map. What are we doing? Complain about real... Okay. Memes aside... Okay. Tunneling and camping in question. I mean, okay. Here's the thing though, right? Like... and this is what some people have to realize with like engagement farming and bait tweeting and blah, 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 blah. When you say this, okay, you are purposely creating a tweet for engagement and opening up your post, your pictures to interpretation. And you know you're doing that. You know you're doing that. Like he talked about in the beginning of the video, missing the point or like not getting the context. Motherfucker, there is no context. You are purposely on Twitter asking people to create the context for you without explaining it. So you shouldn't get mad at people running with it. And if you're like, oh, well, you know, you didn't ask or you didn't ask for more info, you could post more than 4 words. That's what Comp did to this community. Comp has done a lot to this community. This person's cooked, though. I'm sorry. What is this, dude? Like, you are telling people to create the context for themselves. Are you not? That's how I take it. And, like, then you just use Scott Jones' face to, like, for clout, for clicks. I hate it. Like, I want to post my reaction to, like, some sort of drama stuff or, like, stuff happening in the community. But, like, I've seen the political drama slop YouTube, and it's never ending. It's just never ending. Rebuild real quick. Literally not relevant. I mean, but like, not relevant due to the context that's in your brain that you have failed to like lay out for everyone. And I think that's why Scott rightfully. I hate it. Do it. It's stupid shit though. It's like this. I don't want to just like take a video. Like I want to. If I'm going to do YouTube content, I want to like actually do some of my own stuff and not just like, did you see what this person said today? This person posted this shit. They're crazy. They're an idiot. Oh, hey, you want to have a debate with me? Like, it just consumes you. I never complained about their play style or build. No, but you did. You highlighted their build as like part of like the context for your complaint. Did they complain? They simply said that's one way to play the game. Everyone knows exactly what the sentiment behind that was. Oh, passive aggressiveness. Did Scott even comment on this? Bro, I'm surprised. Scott, oh, let me just ask to clarify. Are you claiming you have never complained about anything a survivor has ever done? Claim is that there's no reason to complain. Okay, my claim is that there's no reason to complain about anything your opponent does. Your opponent, bro. Okay, hold on. I'm losing brain cells. My claim is that there's no reason to complain about anything your opponent does to your opponent. Okay. Yo, what up, Rinku? I do complain, but I keep it to myself in my stream. It's kind of weird that you're trying to turn this into a debate when I'm the one. Well, yeah, because you didn't. He's trying to understand where you're coming from because you didn't provide context in your bitch tweet. Okay, you have to after playing the game and moved on. We wouldn't be talking exactly, but you decided to add fuel to us versus them. You were guilty and deserve small criticism. 100%. I think I just said that. But your complaints in game, keep them to yourself if you don't want criticism. Kind of true. If these people didn't complain and moved up, but they're not like, who's to say they're streaming? Like they don't have a, like, okay, so somebody's like, I didn't like the way you played. What, you're gonna take out a fucking a tube, like a front page article in the newspaper? It's a video game. No, you did add fuel. If you're gonna sit here and tell me you posting a massively viewed tweet featuring an us versus them moment is not adding fuel to the fire, then you're incredibly disingenuous and there's no point. Exactly. Pivoting to win the debate. He didn't start it. Holy shit. Okay, this guy, I'm sorry, but brother, what?
Playing meta as killer is bad. Killers
Desperate
stop playing meta
Housewives
are
of
using actual
DBD.
strategy immediately. It's bad and evil, and Scott John does not approve. A
That's
little
not,
camping and following
no,
is all
no. I hate when people do this. Dude, like, we've been watching this for 15 minutes and we're only 2.5 minutes in. I can't do
got
this.
started. So before we get into Scott's bullshit, let me get you up to speed with the games in question.
Oh,
Please
you
keep in
could
mind
have did
the
that
two
on
clips you're
Twitter.
about to watch are why survivors were so upset at me.
You could have
You've
did
been
it on
watching
Twitter.
Game 1 this whole time, and you'll notice
Dude, posting this screenshot is so crazy to me. This is so crazy. That's crazy to me. That this is where we are at in DBD. The only thing that's crazy is the fact that their name is Autistic BBC Twinkie something. Is it? Am I in a simulation? Is this all a
Hook
meme?
states as I chase Gabe. Dwight has 1, Carlos has 2, and Ace has 0. The 2 on Carlos were in a row, but I left him to put states on the others. Games were in a row as well, but they unhooked him when I was still near. This was, of course, by design. I put him on a very central hook intentionally. If anyone's mad at me for applying pressure to their objective while defending mine, they don't understand Dead by Daylight. I could have been nice and let him go, but I'd already been nice before, and killing is what's fun to me, so I took him out. Spoilers, but Carlos, who was death hooked from the very start, was the last person to die. Shame that being nice isn't enough unless you let all 4 survivors make it to endgame. Now, Game 2 is way more interesting. 2 people were lurking with flashlights, but I'm a beast, so I went for the pickup anyway. I get the hook, normal enough, and yeah. And ooh, I'm tiny, yeah. But what do we have here? Nia is looping around the hook. Survivors,
that's stupid.
do not ever do this. This is 2 survivors, not on gens, and you're negating the resolve meter, so there's no reason for the killer to ever leave.
yeah.
Especially
Our
when
open
the
lobby's
timer
over,
is
yes.
almost done.
It's
Leaving means getting
drama
a free
time.
save and wasting the time I spent guarding my hook. Eventually, the entire team comes in for the save, and evil, tunneling, camping asshole that I am, I left the death hook thing men who no longer had endurance.
Yeah, sure.
This is why I don't take the goons that cry about this game seriously. You can literally leave a free kill to keep the game going and still get bitched at. I've had teams where I secure a kill at 3 gens get mad when I let them 2-out me. It's never enough.
Yeah, right. So, like, you know how the community is, right? Like, the community complains when they lose. Just like you complain and point out stuff in people's builds. As, like, a point, you just move on. That's the community. Like, if you've been in this community, you know that. That's how people act. Like, there's children.
what the
Like, people
tweets are
bitch about
about.
everything.
Let's get into what you came here for, and dive into Scott's bullshit while the full game's playing in the background. After seeing my tweet, Scott Judd told me that both sides were hypocrites, which, to be fair, he's half right, because them getting mad at me for how I played, while bringing stuff to help them win is pretty strange. I had him elaborate on how I was a hypocrite and how I complained, to which he
I can tell you, well, like I just said, you purposely created a tweet without context to farm engagement, leaving to interpretation said tweet and screenshots. And the fact that one of your screenshots was really stupid and lame, i.e., game one, but the pictures on the right look like you were pointing out build differences between you and the survivors, would make you appear to anyone who you are allowing to create context for themselves to view you as a hypocrite. It's really that simple. You can't get mad at people assuming and creating context when you do not do it for them. It's like it's open tweeting 101. If you're going to complain and bitch about something and you want people to understand your side, post the context, not a series of 4 words. I don't see what's difficult here.
replied, "It's because I highlighted the things survivors brought."
No,
You
I've never
wouldn't
heard of
highlight them
deplug.
unless you thought they were strong or better. Yeah. Thanks, Scott. That's exactly why I highlighted them. To show that the other side brought strong stuff, and to juxtapose their willingness to use whatever they want to win against their complaints at me for
Base
doing the exact
Carlos.
same thing. No shit, I highlighted the things they brought that I thought were strong to support my argument. It ties into my main point. After
Yeah,
this,
but
Scott
like
got
your
into it.
argument,
Maybe Scott has a point, though.
you had no
Maybe
more.
I shouldn't be sharing his debate
Wait,
brain.
where did I
Doesn't make
go?
much sense to over the
I
might
skipped. I accidentally hit.
survivor
I hit
or the
something.
actual here.
Wait, where did I
I
go?
called him
Fuck.
thanks
Where were we?
Gen Z for strong. What the Scott trying so hard? He
Whatever.
ignores for you guy. But I ask, do you
Okay.
claim to have never complained ever in your entire life about a survivor? Yeah, man, great question. Very relevant. He's trying so badly to be right here. It was honestly heartbreaking watching Stage 4 debate brain take over him live. I hope he can make a full recovery. For the record, debates are fine. It's just that debating against the exposure of bad behavior is a pretty weird choice, especially when doing it under the pretense that bad behavior is okay if it's done to someone playing in a way that you don't like.
It's shit
I let
talking a
Scott
video
know that
game,
the
man.
only issue
Man, it's shit talking a video game. It's not bad behavior. We need like, how are you gonna be part of DVD and you're like, oh, it's bad behavior to like complain and talk crap in the end game, bro? Nobody used a slur on you. They didn't tell you to go fucking commit sewer slide. Like, who cares? Grow up. Like, the ratio between tweets is definitely showing. I mean, yeah, but like, people always point to the fact that Scott's a bigger content creator. Is the guy complaining about me? No. I'm sure as hell to be rude about someone when you have a disagreement. Yeah, okay. So it's funny, you bring up a point, right? So I mean, if you wanted to go there, this guy has already outed himself as a hypocrite in the last 30 seconds by the way that he like mocked in like a nerdy or weird voice how he would feel or how he thinks Scott sounds, right? He's belittling him. It's bad behavior. I would say that's probably more bad behavior than these survivors saying, I guess that's one way to play the game. Like, brother,
issue I have with complaining is when it's done directly to your opponent. Nobody cares if you bitch and moan to the void or your stream or whatever, but when you push your negativity onto someone else just because they beat you in a game, that is a problem. And survivors especially are way too comfortable doing it. Is that really any surprise though, when even Scott Junt himself is excusing it? You people that cry in the EGC or go to someone's stream need to get a fucking life, by the way. Scott Junt endorsing it does not make it the right move. Could
he's
you
endorsing.
imagine crying to your bully
I don't
about the
think he's
way he took your
endorsing
lunch
it.
money? Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, does it? And the bully analogy may seem out of place to normal people, but this is genuinely how some survivors see the killer. Okay, this next part is actually what gets me a little bit heated, because it's a microcosm of the complete lack of accountability so many survivors have. If you just got yapped at and moved on, we wouldn't be talking right now. Do you see how he just skirts over the fact that I'm the one getting yapped at? You see how he puts the responsibility on me to not talk about how people acted towards me. All because
How people acted towards you. I just want to point out that this entire time that this guy is bitching about bad behavior, he has this wild screenshot on the screen. Dude, you cannot make this up. This community is so fried in the brain.
He doesn't want to fuel some us versus them fire.
Bro, I had a screenshot that I kept for a while of a partnered streamer, long-time streamer in the DBD community that has done stuff with behavior. Genuinely wish that I get hurt in a car crash because of the way that I play the game as survivor when I would get them as killer. Bro, I didn't make it. I didn't go. I didn't make a video on it. Like, I moved on with my life. And you're mad that somebody goes WTF? At least include the second screenshot.
Scott, you genuine, absolute, and
Editing
fucking moron. Did it
critique,
ever
I
occur
guess.
to you that the people bitching
moron.
might be the issue instead of the person exposing the behavior?
Hey, bad behavior.
Look, those guys are being assholes, but you shouldn't tell anybody because then they'll look like assholes.
Hey,
The
man.
people acting
Hey,
like
listen.
shitheads
No. That's ableism. Some people are just congested 24/7, okay? I've been there, man. Okay? I'm just getting over a cold. Okay? Sometimes we just sound like that. It's not our fault.
same
Okay?
agency as you or I do. If you don't want people sharing when others act like shitheads, they shouldn't act like shitheads in the first place. I've tried to be respectful, but it's getting really hard when it's like I'm
No, you're not trying to be respectful. You're acting like a 5-year-old trying to like imitate the way Scott like what
talking to River Silver Jr. Anyway, he compares me exposing the behavior to the behavior itself and says I should keep it to myself. Of course, that's not how that
you
works.
should because it's a nothing
interactions
burger.
I had with people, the same as I
Nothing
do with
burger.
my videos and the same as I'm doing with this one. If those interactions don't happen, I have nothing to share. People are fully capable of not getting salty, but they do, and thus, my channel exists.
Trying to be respectful,
Maybe
throw
Scott
the
has a point,
fuck up.
though. Maybe I shouldn't be sharing his debate brain Twitter takes. But I guess it's too late to unring that bell.
I mean, if you're gonna sit there and tell me you're posting a massively weird tweet featuring a us versus them moment is not adding fuel to the fire, then you're incredibly disingenuous, and there's no point in furthering this conversation.
I told Scott the same as I just told you. It's the people exhibiting the behavior and not the people exposing it that are fueling this us versus them fire he's talking about.
Mr. Zanru, you can't just tell me that a massively weird tweet featuring an us versus them moment isn't fueling the fire.
Hey, first of all, thank you. I guess I'm a big Twitter guy now. Second of all, why is some us versus them issue all Scott cares about, and why is it more important than the actual behavior I'm showcasing?
Hey, I know someone was disrespectful towards you, but you're the bad guy for talking about it.
This is twice now that Scott has pinned responsibility on me instead of the people complaining over a game. Sorry, Scott, but suck my soggy nuts because I'm gonna fuel that fire.
There's so much to unpack there. Bro, I'm already 10 minutes in. Like, I'm already in it. Okay, first of all, hold on.
Furthering this conversation.
I told Scott the same as I just told you. It's the people exhibiting the behavior and not the people exposing it that are fueling this us versus them fire he's talking about.
Mr. Zanru, you can't just tell me that a massively weird tweet featuring an us versus them moment isn't fueling the fire.
Hey, first of all, thank you. I guess I'm a big Twitter guy now.
Cringe.
Second of all, why is some us versus them issue all Scott cares about, and why is it more important than the actual behavior I'm showcasing?
Hey, I know someone was disrespectful towards you, but you're the bad guy for talking about it.
This is twice now that Scott has pinned responsibility on me instead of the people complaining over a game. Sorry, Scott, but suck my...
He's complaining about people complaining. Okay, this is the one thing that like also drives me crazy. People will complain about a game and be relatively tame, i.e. these comments, and then you'll complain about it. Okay. So, who is the bigger fucking crybaby? Somebody who is currently just finished a match that they clearly didn't have fun with, being very, very mild in their after game chat, which is right in front of their face, or somebody crying about said comments on Twitter. Dude, we're missing the forest through the trees so bad. It's mine. It kills me. It was his fault when he tweets about it being a crybaby, so I don't know why he just... that's kind of what I just said.
soggy nuts, because I'm gonna fuel that fire.
He has to be like, I'm gonna guess he's between the ages of like 17 and 22.
Boys cold. You're feeding into the exact issue that I have with most survivors, which is that nothing is their fault. Nobody ever wants to be accountable for what they say or
Skin's
do because the
crawling.
killer made them do it by playing in a way they don't like. Killer tunneled, bitch in his chat. Killer camped, calling names. Killer slugged, dox yourself in pure rage, and yes, that last one actually happened. Survivors will say the most heinous shit because they lost a game and see nothing wrong with it. Scott Jund is enabling this lack of accountability by saying we shouldn't talk about it. Because it
No, he's not there. This isn't heinous. Gamer, please. This person is off their goddamn meds. Oh my god. Bro. Oh my god. No, there's nothing heinous about this. Not in this screenshot, which again, you've left on the screen still. And there's nothing even fucking crazy about the second one. Like, okay, somebody thinks you're a disgrace. That's heinous? Bro, there's like a fucking genocide going on. There's wars and shit. People are dropping bombs. People are dying. Like, really? Heinous? Heinous. Heinous shit. He is not okaying and greenlighting heinous shit. He's referring to these two screens.
It contributes to some us versus them bonfire. It's honestly a little concerning that a large creator like Scott Jund is downplaying and ignoring the shitty behavior of one side while telling the other not to talk about it. Even weirder, when his roommate Spooks makes videos on the exact same topic.
His roommate Spooks. This is a funny meme. Somebody else had made this meme or something about like him and Spooks are roommates. I don't know where that came from. Didn't you know this happened? It was called the SA Puppet and was told to kill myself. Let people complain about the mild. Dude, I know. This is silly. This is so silly. I would be surprised. Scott might make a video in response to this just cuz. Oh my god, should we cover it over here on like the DBD hot seat channel where we watch live people losing their entirety of their brain and all of their ability to form coherent thoughts.
Where's the same energy for him, Mr. Scott? Shouldn't you be telling him to stop making content because of this us versus them boogeyman? Sorry for the strain, Spooks. Keep up the good work, baby bear. Love you, smooches. Don't make a video about me. Tangent aside, Scott tells me, you're adding fuel to the fire by talking about it. Your defense is that when you complain, it's to your screen instead of being your opponent, as if that makes you
Why is
better,
he no
but you're
longer
doing the same
nasally?
thing. No, not even remotely. By talking about or even complaining about it to Twitter or my chat, I'm not directly seeking out my opponent to bother them with my negativity. I'm just talking about what happened in my space, or a space meant for sharing. When these people complain or even just vent to the EDC or someone's stream, they're trying to make themselves feel better by being a nuisance. The difference is the direction of your frustration, and that difference matters. It is a purely selfish act of unloading on someone
TMZ
to get
for
some weird
streamers.
form
True.
of closure.
Actually, not everyone has a stream to vent to. Sometimes the killer might be the only person that can hear it. And, if I had to go against a meta killer with a meta build, I'd probably make fun of them too.
Damn, I actually agree with Scott here. I mean, not this Scott, but Scott nonetheless.
Things like flashlight blinds, body blocking, and even like tunneling and camping are just things built into the game and are not toxic whether you think they are or not.
Damn, you changed, Scott. Why is camping and tunneling and playing meta something you'd make fun of now? You had it right the first.
Just because something isn't toxic doesn't mean you can't critique it, laugh at it, and point at it. Like, it doesn't have to be something that's like egregious and perfect example. Just because something isn't heinous doesn't mean you can't point it out and doesn't mean it can't hurt your feelings. I.e. this fucking stupid ass screenshot. Thank you.
Camping, tunneling, and even slugging and playing meta are parts of the game. They're all tools to help win and aren't personal. People take them that way and use them as excuses to complain or insult their opponents. But for
Bro got a clip from 6 years ago. I know. It's like
it's
old
just,
DVD.
Well, if you don't like it, don't tunnel.
As if the killer somehow deserves that treatment over a playstyle.
Mad
The
about
UGC
endgame
is not your
chat.
therapy session, and the killer is not your counselor. Doesn't matter what happened in the game, the player on the other side doesn't deserve your toxicity. It's no wonder there's some huge us versus them issue that's got Scott's panties twisted when there's people trying to
Gamer, if it has Scott's panties twisted, you are, dude, you are stuck in a tree. Like those little parachuters that accidentally like miss their landing zone and get stuck in a tree and are dangling. Bro, you're stuck. You ain't getting down. You need 911. You need first responders. Bro, how can you say that? This is still on the screen.
scam BetterHelp sessions out of Dead by Daylight. He actually walks us back pretty well by saying he just vent to his stream, which is fine. But he also says that some people only have the killer to vent to, heavily implying that he's fine with people bitching at the killer. I actually gave him
Passive
credit
aggressive
saying
is
he'd only
toxic.
been-
Yeah, I don't. Was that in this thing? Dude. I still feel like almost everyone that uses the word toxic does it purposely, even though they don't believe it, and they just like use this loose terminology of toxic because it's like it's a buzzword. It's a buzzword because I think he had it even in his thumbnail for this video. Like it's just a buzzword that they can use to like gain clicks.
been to his stream, but I also
You
called
want a link to the video? Here. The killers don't deserve this.
him out again for defending toxic crybabies.
You're so
Look,
welcome.
dude, if you rank sweaty stuff and play sweaty, don't be surprised when people complain. When you're game, but complaining is normal in my opinion. I've done fewer builds just as sweaty as yours. When people complain, I just say, haha, yeah, overkill, instead of publicly making fun of them to 100,000 people.
Damn, the deflection is crazy, and for anyone curious, that's actually how you use the term. When called out for defending toxic actions, Sky just says,
Okay.
Well, you played sweaty, so don't be surprised.
in his delusional little brain, it's my fault when people want to cry to me because I dared to win a PvP game.
Even like tunneling and camping are just things built into the game and are not toxic, whether you think they are or not.
He actually thinks that it's normal for people to whine and cry to their opponent after a loss. How is his take that it's normal to do this nonsense, but nobody should talk about it? Has Scott always
It can talk about it, but the degree to which you are complaining about the degree of them talking about the way you played is insane. The fact that there are now videos and there are going to be videos in discuss, the fact that I am sitting here watching this video at part of the problem.
been this weird? Say, Scott, what's the difference, by the way, between me tweeting about yappers and you streaming them? In both scenarios, we're publicly talking about things people do that we dislike. Actually, I hate to be this guy, but one difference
Hear
is
you.
our size. I had no clue my tweet would even reach anyone. I've got 100 followers, so I'm basically tweeting into the void, while you average 500 plus viewers on Twitch. So if we're judging severity by audience size, you really should never be speaking negatively about anything ever, this included. Luckily, audience size doesn't matter, and neither does reach outside of the obvious
dead
factor
art.
of being noticed. What matters is the substance of the message. My message was that it's weird for survivors to cry
He said substance.
about the way killers win, despite wanting to win themselves. Clearly, given much. So if we're judging severity by audience size, you really should never be speaking negatively about anything ever, this included. Luckily, audience size doesn't matter, and neither does reach outside of the obvious factor of being noticed.
Wait.
What matters is the substance of the message. My message was that it's weird for survivors to cry about the way killers win, despite wanting to win themselves. Clearly,
Why didn't you type that then? Kind of seems like if you would have just typed that up here instead, there would have been little to no confusion. Kind of seems like you created your own hollow hole, huh? Why didn't you just type that instead? You wanted to be cute and quirky for Twitter.
given my small Twitter following, that message resonated with a lot of people because it gained a lot of traction. It didn't blow up because
No,
people
no, bitch. No. Sorry, that's offensive. No. Okay, no. That's, people don't know what your message is, okay? Okay? Broke out ratio 20 times in the replies. Yeah, no, it didn't resonate with people, your message. This gained traction because people looked at like these screenshots and were like, wow, this guy's kind of a hypocrite. On the stage endgame comments and sweat builds? I mean, some people do. Some people do. No. No. What message? What, this? No. No.
Just hate survivors or because of some us versus them bullshit. It blew up because there's tons of killers just like me that experience nonsense reactions from survivors because of how we played.
If that was the case, you would have got like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 likes. Okay? As somebody, here, I will show you an example. As somebody who realizes very much that his, wait, was it this one? This one. As somebody who got 2,400 likes on something that reached 750,000 people almost, I realize a lot of people did not agree with me. A lot of people saw the clip, saw my statement like, wow, this guy's kind of crazy. No. That doesn't mean people agreed with you just because it got a lot of impressions. If that was the case, you would have got a lot of support. I mean, the quote retweets are probably crazy too.
When people bitch at you, you say it's overkill and move on. Great. When people bitch at me, I let them
like,
have
I don't look at my tweet and be like, wow, you know, a lot of people really get my message here. They really agree that this perk should be... No, they think I'm silly and they think the perk is broken.
it, and I get content out of it. Also great. Neither of those things change the fact that nobody should be bitching at anybody over how they played a video game. That's the entire point of my tweet, and pretty much every video I make.
Then you should have
showcase
said that
behavior because it is exactly what not to do after a match.
You should have said
and
it.
yes, to the people that say I rage bait in salt form, that applies even
you
if
did.
someone is trying to elicit
you
bitching
did.
at anybody over how they played a video game.
You
That's
did.
the entire point of my tweet, and pretty much every video I make. I showcase that behavior because it is exactly what not to do.
If that's the point in like every video you make and people still don't understand it and you never reiterate it, then you are, I mean, it's
after a
falling
match.
on deaf ears.
And yes, to the people that say I rage bait in salt form, that applies even if someone is trying to elicit a certain reaction from you. They shouldn't be doing that, but you are responsible for your own actions, and you don't have to take the bait.
Well,
So was he just admitting he's salt farming?
This guy wants me to get mad,
And
so
rage
I should
baiting?
get mad and say shitty things.
I don't
that'll
get
show
it.
him. Do you see how stupid that is? If
I don't
someone
understand.
is baiting you, that's on them. Anything you do after taking it is on you. You'll be a lot happier if you just ignore it.
well,
So why the fuck didn't you just ignore this? So you don't understand people getting upset over your intentional rage baiting and salt farming, and you're telling them to just ignore it. Yet you can't ignore this? You can't ignore that? I feel like I'm being punked.
difference is
Can we get a hypocrisy counter? It'd be at least 5, yeah. It'd be at
I'm
least
actually
5.
not bringing sweaty shit, so I thought I had it. Your build
It's
and
up there.
playstyle is sweatier than anything
This
the
feels
survivors
fake? It
brought
does.
to my
This
life.
feels really
Scott,
fake.
the debater John, the
I might
ladies
be
and
getting
gentlemen,
debated.
those heels are
I don't know
fucking
this person.
deep. Why are you so caught up on how hard anyone is sweating? Builds and playstyles don't matter. What matters is nobody should be acting out towards the other side just because of what they brought or how they played, especially when they bring meta shit themselves. Justifying other people acting like assholes because someone playing to win makes you an asshole too, by the way. And for the record, borrowed time is actually pretty strong right now. Resilience is good too. I won't die on that hill below me. But Scott, one question. How am I a hypocrite? I never said anything about their builds, I just used them as an example of them wanting to win.
Oh, fine. I'll rescind it. You're not a hypocrite, but what was the point of your first post then? Why is it worth posting someone complaining because they wanted to win?
I'll rescind calling you a hypocrite and ask you a follow-up. What was the point of your post? Yes, so he's trying to say, okay, if you don't want me to call you like a hypocrite, then explain the context of your post. Like, what are you actually trying to say? Because you clearly didn't say it. It failed. It didn't land. Because it's weird and cringe, and I personally felt it was worth sharing. What's weird and cringe? What's it? Lost Survivors just needs you to know that they had a bad time. Okay. What does that matter?
Win against someone that also wanted to win. Yo, sick, another classic Scott John Pivot. I'll bite them. The point is that people who wanted to win got upset enough at someone who also wanted to win that they cried and whined when there was no call for it. They just had to push their negativity on someone else instead of keeping their nonsense to themselves. It's worth sharing to show.
Yeah, this is so negative. Honestly, I'm surprised this guy didn't. Honestly, there's a chance this guy might have had to go seek a therapist after these comments. He might, honestly, yeah, I could see that. I could see a world in where this guy needed to seek like professional help after the way that these survivors talked to him. I'm I'm shocked he's even still. I'm surprised he could make this video and
showcase the bad behavior, and to hopefully get people to realize they shouldn't do shit like that. Wait a minute, hang on. Is this you? Mr. Why are you sharing bad stuff people do? Sharing bad stuff people do? If you're gonna share something, share whatever the fuck you're smoking, Scott. What logic makes it okay for you to bring up bad behavior, but bad when I do it? Kinda crazy that you ask if I'm trying to be disliked, when you've been an insufferable asswipe throughout our entire interaction, by the way.
opposite. I mean, he has a point. Like, a random YouTuber commenting on, like, bro, I know firsthand people that comment on your clips and stuff. Like, them versus, like, a content creator, it's very different.
Swipe throughout our entire interaction, by the way.
It's not weird to complain that you had a miserable experience against someone sweating. Actually, it's weirder to play like that than be shocked that people don't like it.
Alright. If it's normal to complain to your opponent, then it's normal to share that interaction, so you have no point. Of course, it's not normal to complain to someone for beating you, but Scott's too worried about some us versus them narrative to realize that.
Yeah,
do think-
that's kind of my whole thing is it's not really normal to run. Now, if like the people in your like the people you were playing against were like clearly streamers, other content creators in your space, in your bubble, in your game, in your community at large, and they were saying some wild or actual heinous things, or just being relatively immoral in the way that they, okay, that's fine. Even still, I probably wouldn't have, you know, my captions to be only this. Like, clearly this shows that you don't even really care that much. Like, there's no context here. You're kind of just laughing it off. But now that it's blown up, you want to ride the train and gain the clout because now it's blown up. So now it's a big deal. But Daddy Scott, oh, he's a big bad guy. Oh my God, this is such a serious thing. It's like this is clearly so unserious. This is so unserious. By just these two screenshots alone. It is, like, this is the most unserious thing ever. Your shortbread tweet
It's
true.
weird, though, that he thinks sweating isn't toxic, but also thinks it's fine to complain about those non-toxic actions.
Body blocking and even like tunneling and camping are just things built into the game and are not toxic, whether you think they are or not.
You know what is toxic, though? Playing to win, and bitching at the other side for beating
I never said that.
you. You played it good, but I played it better, and if it went a different way, I'd just say GG, go next. But these people have to get some big or passive-aggressive remark in because losing is just too much for them to handle. Sorry, but that's weird, and it's weird that you think it isn't. It's normal to be upset.
Oh, it's normal for the DBD community. This community is super passive aggressive. If you get passive aggressiveness, consider yourself lucky. That's a good thing. Like, you could get far worse. I mean, I'm not saying it's like awesome, but I mean, if you've been in this community for any amount of time, you know that's how it
After
is.
a loss, but it is not normal to take it out on the person that beat you. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at yourself for not being good enough to get the win that you wanted. I gotta be honest, Scott.
Thicker
defending David Wayne
skin,
is
I
such a
guess?
disappointing hill for you to die on. Kudos for finally walking back the hypocrite statement, though.
I
For reference,
will.
I called him on the pivot since he never answered why. I was
I'll upload this to YouTube. I'm already too deep. It's already a video in and of itself. I don't have to do any editing, so it's great.
It's okay for him to stream about things that happened to him, but not for me to tweet about things that happened to me. He never actually got back to me, though. But after his recent tweet about his YouTube comments, I'd like to alter my question. Mr. Scott Jund, why is it okay for you to tweet about stuff that happens to you, but not for me to tweet about stuff that happens to me?
Like, what do you mean stuff? Nothing happened to you. He's literally, he has the full context. He put quotes. He's finding it funny how, like, fuck you, moron, you're an idiot. Nobody gives a shit what you have to say. Fuck you and die. Okay, fuck off then. Wow, I can't believe the disrespect. Like, these survivors didn't have a back and forth with you. They said something, not even aggressive, and you took it to Twitter. It didn't land how you wanted it to land, and now you're making it a thing. That is not the same as somebody saying YouTube commenters are weird.
Why is yours worth sharing and mine isn't? I hate to say this, Scotty boy, because I had higher hopes for you, but you are a debate brain loser arguing just to be right on a situation you didn't even bother to fully look into. You saw the same pretty circles as the rest of Twitter and opened your big mouth because you assumed I was complaining about builds. Then you sat there and pivoted your point time and time again just so you could try to win some argument you made up in your head. It took an hour for you to finally stop trying to die on that hill that I'm.
You know what would have stopped all that? If you would have provided context in what your point was.
A hypocrite, when all you had to do was pay attention to the actual message of the tweet.
Pay attention to the actual message. Type it out. For the love of fuck, type it out. What do you mean pay attention? Oh, like, okay. The whole thing about Twitter, and when things go viral, they don't go viral because like somebody random with 100 followers posts a telenovela, a novel about something. They post a pretty picture with some circles and leave stuff open to interpretation and use like 3 or 4 words because we're all fucking Twitter brained. We're iPad kids and we have no attention span. I think this person at least knows this. Like, what do you mean pay attention to the message, bro? You're not a professor. This isn't like an art class. This is Twitter.
There didn't even have to be an argument. No sane person thinks you should get talked down to.
Problem arguing with idiots is that they take you down to their level. Yeah, I love that quote.
Play style. But why engage with my actual message when you can just jump on the meta killer with meta build back bandwagon? For anyone to do, again, you did own up that you shouldn't have called me a hypocrite. But everything else was just nonsense. The whole thing felt pretty out of character from the Scott John guy. You know, I guess I don't really know you. Well, I guess I know you a little better after this impromptu debate you wanted to have on Twitter. But I gotta say, the Scott John I met seems like an entitled little prick that'll downplay bad actors just to protect his precious narrative. I think the funniest part of my tweet is that Scott and a lot of others were fighting Ghost in the replies. Haha, you play Batman like meta and you're crying about meta builds. I'm genuinely concerned about the lack of media literacy going on in the DPD community. Look at this. Not a single one of these morons.
The lack of media literacy. I don't even need to say it.
They just saw pretty circles and thought, wait, he's bad about the builds? You guys gotta get off Twitter and read a book or something, especially.
Homie, get off DBD. If this shit is sending you, you have no right to critique. You need to get off the game, brother. You need to get off the game. You need to shut down the PC. You need to go outside. You need to get some air and go for a walk, man. You need to reset that brain.
Especially the ones that prove my point. Like this person, who saw that I'm a meta enjoyer and wants someone to shoot me for it. Even as a joke, what the fuck are you talking about, Jesse? This creature especially needs to log off for about a week or 40. So many comments just prove my point over and over and over. Especially on another tweet I made where I actually commended survivors for not showing their asses after I slugged. It was non-stop insults because I slugged. Like this person calling me a kid-loving pig. Or this one calling me a prick. Or this one calling me an absolute festering pile.
I mean, it's like this person even knows it's rage bait. That's why, like, you're getting. I'm not saying it's justified for you to get like shit talked and called a piece of shit or whatever, but like, it didn't land because it's rage bait. Like, people know it's bait.
Or this one calling me an insult. Wait, I shouldn't be talking about this because it'll add fuel to this us versus them fire. Sorry, Scott, I'll do better. People are way too comfortable treating killers like shit for just playing the game. And yes, according to Scott John himself, tunneling and camping are just playing the game.
Body blocking and even like tunneling and camping are just things built into the game and are not toxic, whether you think they are or not.
This pervasive and disgusting attitude towards your opponents in a PvP game
Pervasive.
because it's genuinely pathetic for adults to act like this over losing. It's even worse to justify or ignore for the arbitrary reason of someone violating some made-up rulebook that even the devs do not believe in. Sometimes, having fun in a PvP game means the other side will have less. It's the nature of the beast, and whoever wins isn't a bad person for doing so. I get that being total out of isn't fun, but understand that getting looped for 5 gens or having people camping pallets for saves isn't fun either. Complaining about certain tactics or insulting the other side for using them is just disgusting. It's weird and entitled and toxic to try and make sure the other side knows what a bad time you had. If winning is the main lever for fun, then PvP games almost require one side to have less fun than the other. You hopped on to try to win, which carries with it
He
that it's
did.
losing, as bad as losing.
He did change the screenshot.
You accepted that risk when you hit play, so stop complaining to your opponent about how he beats you. It's the world's most pathetic guilt trip. And Scott, you gotta stop enabling this bullshit just because calling it out adds fuel to some us versus them issue. If the issue is really that bad, it seems to me that it could be due to idiots lashing out over a loss to a playstyle
Or lashing out over a comment in endgame chat.
or a build. If their behavior never gets brought to light, they'll never have a reason to change it. Let's get a little perspective. Complaining and insulting others is way worse.
Video summed up, he's mad he can't camp and tunnel. The mean serves in endgame chat too.
Than tunneling or camping or slugging. Watching you downplay and justify that toxic behavior just because the killer plays sweaty was disgusting, and I genuinely did not expect you to be a contributor to DBD's toxicity problem. Then again, I didn't expect Albie and Quality to be bug abusing shitheads, nor did I expect their girlfriends and dog epitome to bend over backwards to and then again, I didn't expect Albie and Quality to be bug abusing shitheads.
Bug abusing shithead? What bugs? How about you provide context for this claim? I don't think he knows what context means.
Nor did I expect their girlfriends and dog epitome.
Our concern is about how careful we have to be on stream with our words because we're fully aware people go back and watch VODs. Sorry you had bad experience. Just know the truth. this? This is something else. What does he have against Quaddy? He abused a locker bug, then gaslit Abyssal. I guess I
To
don't
bend
even
over backwards to
care.
defend them. This goes to show you don't really know who's behind the screen.
I
Killers,
don't know,
tunnel, slug,
man.
and camp as much as you want. There is zero shame in it. Playing to win is not a crime, and you are not a bad person for doing so. DBD is not co-op, and survivors are not on your team. Your role is to kill them by any means necessary, so don't let anyone gaslight you into feeling bad about playing to win. And, for the record, if you just want to goof off and give hedge, no shame in that either. That goes for survivors too. We all bought this PvP game, so read what you want and play how you want. And anyone that has a problem with you doing that, they go fuck themselves. If you're treating your opponents like shit over how they played, stop that pointless nonsense. Saying GG and going next is easy, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. You don't have to let a game ruin your day, and you don't have to take your frustration out on your opponent. Unless they do it first. Then fuck it. Get down to the mud and peel that little piggy all you want if you're so inclined. The real secret to DBD is that there are no sides, just people. Some of these people treat others like shit because they're sore losers, or either sore winners. If you're one of them, please realize it's not that deep as soon as you can. Also, rage baiting is not real.
Not that deep, and rage baiting isn't real. I feel
Stop
like
using it as a reason to crash out. If someone is trying to make you react negatively or piss you off, you don't have to take the bait. Even if they want you mad, anything you say or do in retaliation is still on you. Escalating it makes you just as much of an asshole, so don't give them that power. All you have to do
is he talking about himself? Is he not just coaching himself through his own crash out at this point? Wait, what?
makes you just as much of an asshole, so don't give them that power. All you have to do is ignore it and go next. That's about all I had to say.
Bro, take your own advice. What are we doing? You had the answer right in front of you. You said it. Holy shit. Why didn't he do that? That's a good question. That's crazy.
To the channel if you like what I do, and follow me on twitch.tv/fantastic, where I stream Friday through Sunday from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Now, better see you over there. Now, I did promise you the entirety of both games, so I'm gonna let the rest of Game 2 play out so you can hear the absolute malice that I have for the survivors. Hope you enjoy the last 2 minutes of the game, and I will leave Twitter
Malice?
threads in the description.
Malice?
Maybe I can.
Oh, who even talks like that? I'm kind of over
And
it.
you're
I don't.
the dope. I'm the, I don't know.
Malice? Who talks like that?
Well, that's a lot of people actually. I want to hear. There's not a single person that can rescue, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, someone can rescue. Someone can rescue. That hard.
The side note though, this is one of the reasons I always kind of laugh when killers are like, "Oh, you grabbed that person off hook right away." Like you know, like it's your fault. You grabbed him off hook right away, and people will be like, "Oh, survivors have a lot of time on hooks. Just leave them on hook." Yeah, then this happens. The killer gets a hit or goes to kick a gen, and then they'll go hang out at hook for the last like 20 to 30 seconds of their hook timer. Right? Like he had what, 2 injured people he could have chased, but he went back to hook. Obviously, like the save is probably going to happen soon, but like this is also why survivors sometimes insta save, because killers play very predictably. Get hit, like get a hit, kick a gen, go back to hook.
Not a single person that can rescue, I think. 1, 2, 3,
That's just
4,
a side
5, 6,
note.
7.
That's something that really
Oh, no,
bugs
someone
me.
can rescue, someone can rescue.
Like you have the
That hard.
complete option and ability to finish the chase you are currently at, but you go back to hook because like you know how survivors play and you want to take advantage of it. I'm not saying it's like a dumb move, but
Huh?
I think it's weird when people
Why did you
talk
get
about how
stunned?
much time they have on hooks.
What? How the hell did they do that? I just got like randomly stunned for a second trying to down someone.
It was a chest.
Oh, give me my artifact, bitch. I'm gonna make it a watch as I take it from you.
My god, he called her a bitch.
Oh, 14 second go, Rita. Back to the pile, bitch.
Back to the pod, bitch. Damn! Calling them a bitch as a streamer. Whoa! Whoa, heinous behavior, brother. Holy cow, you don't even know her. That's insane. Vile, heinous behavior. That's the video. Like, brother. I don't want to be called a hypocrite. I wonder why. Yeah. Oh, but it's just an in-game survivor. It's not actually the person. I don't know, man. The bundle of positivity. This shit is fucking crazy, man. I guess the video was probably made because the tweet was made on the 10th and it probably ran cold. Had to make sure to get that money up. Dude, I'm sorry, but that shit, I hate this stuff. Like, I never know. And look at some of the comments. Justified because you brought a sweaty bill, and also because you're trash talking in your stream doesn't mean it's not toxic. It just makes you two-faced. Exactly. Crybaby survivors cry everyone in the game because they lost and God defending it. This event is accessible to people sweating on both sides. So yes, it's valid to bring sweaty stuff. Do you even comment on this? Never forget his slander campaign against True. Very devious. Very devious. Bro, we're all fucking gaming nerds. You're not morally superior and you're adding fuel to the fire if you complain on your stream. Also, Scott, oh no, I'd just make fun of you on my stream. I mean, he probably would, but he'd probably own it. Like, he doesn't care. Because he's not going to complain about, like, survivors the way that this person does. Try to get more toxic than justifying people trying to treat their opponents in a PvP game as their personal therapist? Bro, these fucking screenshots are not no, bro, this is not personal therapy. Like, dude, come on, man. Why are we taking these screenshots with like any valid? Really? Ugh. We got to get bro a new mic. True. Done cooked his smug ass. I don't. Man, this guy needs to go out for a walk. Holy cow. I'm sorry, it's so stupid. We're sipping the tea today? Yeah. I guess I'll upload this to YouTube. Probably do it tomorrow or something. Does this turn into a comment reaction stream? Nah, I was just reading a couple of them. I always like to take a peek into like the mind of what people took away from the video. No, I mean, dude, I'll double and triple down for Scott, even though I'm nobody. This fucking Zanrio person. I mean, okay, obviously I'm not gonna like talk shit, but they are a hypocrite. They are a hypocrite. I've done and said hypocritical things, and I've had to catch myself. But they are a massive hypocrite. Like, I mean, I don't even like. I could probably find this in like a heartbeat, like somewhere here near the end before we went to the games. Talking about not escalating stuff and not falling for rage bait. It's like, brother, what if this was rage bait and you fell for it and you just escalated one of like the most mild things I've ever seen in endgame chat? Bro, I've been more offended by somebody who shat on me saying GG well played when I got tunneled out at 5. Like, I was offended more by that than I think I would ever be with a comment like this. That's crazy. I've literally had people to tell me as a survivor that they want to see me, you know, get harmed. This dude, come on, man. Like, really? I don't want to be. Oh, is this Toxic TTV Rages? I broke the Salty Survivors rulebook. I mean, it kind of just seems. Oh, okay. So this is very much a lot of their content is just us versus them, Survivor versus Killer, Toxic Rage. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything because some people, you know, like they like making videos like this, but I always wonder about the seriousness of their content and their takes when that's maybe all their videos. You brought head on, please jump. Like, okay, this one, like, please jump. That's valid, dude. That's valid. Oh, this is all just like drama. Rage, exploit, streamer, fatherless. Okay. Is it a rage bait account? Well, I mean, it's just a whole like drama channel. Yeah, I don't know. Why is every thumbnail a Wojak? I don't know. I feel like I feel like they probably wouldn't have an actual debate with somebody, and they're probably really deep in their ways in terms of like they are fully committed to like the rage bait, trolly, you know, us versus them, sort of like salt content. So, you know, each their own, I guess. All right, nerds.